Alright guys, I had a request on how to make some paste beads. Alright, and how to use them. So, I'm going to adjust the camera. I'm going to show you these paste beads, talk about how to use them, and then I'll show you how to make some. So give me just a second, I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, just wanted to give you a closer look at the paste beads. So you have one loop at one end, then a knot. You have 4 beads separated by another knot with 9 beads and knotted again. So how you use these, and you can do this different ways. You can pull all the beads to the top of each knot, 4 here and the 9 here. And then every time that you walk out 100 meters, you pull 1 bead down, signifying that you've traveled 100 meters. After you have walked 900 meters, all your beads will be away from the knot. And you bring 1 bead down from the top section when you hit the 1,000 meters, and you bring all these beads back up. So then you can keep up with your count of how far of a distance you've traveled by having 1 bead from the top section down. You know you've traveled 1,000 meters. And then you keep going through the process. Each time 100 meters, you bring 1 down. By the time you hit all 9 are at the bottom, as soon as you hit that 2,000 meter mark, you bring 1 more bead down. So it's a way of just tracking how far of a distance you've traveled. So what you have to do before you even make these or go into the woods to use them is that you need to measure out 100 meters and put on some type of load of gear that you would typically wear when you're out hiking, and measure how many steps it takes for you to get over that 100-meter distance. And what that's called is your pace count. Mine's 71. So 71 of my steps with my 36-pound pack on is 100 meters. And so every time I take 71 steps, I'll bring that bead down, and I know that I traveled roughly 100 meters. So the pace count has to be done before the pace beads are effective. And that's what these here are called, paste beads. Alright? So, what you need to make them is you're going to need a length of paracord. And since I already have some here, I will just double up my distance. I'm pretty sure it's roughly 2 foot, give or take some, for the knots. I'm using a bright yellow paracord, that way if you drop them, they won't blend in with the area. A lot of times we tend to use greens and browns and tans, but we lose stuff that way as well. So this is not something you want to lose. So once you've taken that paracord and you have separated it, then take out the guts, which is the white string in the middle. You will not need that for this project. Separate the guts from the paracord. Then take your paracord, loop it over on itself, and tie a knot at one end, giving you a little bit of room for a carabiner or to loop it back through on itself through something on your backpack. See that? So now we have the loop, the knot, and then 2 strings. Then what you'll need is various beads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use the black, let's see, I'll use the brown beads that I have on here. Get me 5 beads out. 4 beads. Sorry. Then take your 2 pieces of paracord, smash them together, and then stick your bead through both strings. Sometimes that fraying at the end can be a pain. Wet them or twist them or put them in one at a time, whatever you got to do to get them in there. And it's not a huge deal if it frays, because when we finish up we will melt those in. I think I'll actually take a pair of these scissors and feed them through. Once you've done that, pull it all the way up. And I'm going to get the next 4 on. Alright guys, I have the 4 beads on. Then we'll step down a decent little length so that we can slide them down, just like you see here. And I'm going to tie a knot. Just grab both strings and do a simple overhand knot. Alright, so that way when we do our 100 meters, we can pull this down, or 1,000 meters, and we can keep a separation as to the distance we've traveled. So now we're going to put 9 beads on this lower section, and I'll get that taken care of, and then I'll show you what to do next. Alright guys, I got the 9 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then what you're going to do is just come down somewhere close to the end and tie the 2 strings together. Again, just an overhand knot. And you want to make sure you have a significant amount of room so that when you slide that bead down, there's a obvious separation. And then for these 2 tags, you can cut them off and melt them, or you can leave them. Just kind of gives a little cool look. But that's all there is to making your own set of paste beads. So like I said, I chose the bright colors so that if it's dropped on the woodland forest, you can pick it back up and find it. And maybe that gives you a little bit of a better idea on how to use them and their purpose. Alright guys, thanks for watching. God bless.